Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to review the book The Secret Life of Dust, From the Cosmos to the Kitchen Counter, The Big Consequences of Little Things by Hannah Holmes. Now, some of you might remember I reviewed a book by Miss Holmes, Suburban Safari, and I thought that was one of the most beautifully written books I have encountered. It was a love affair with that woman's home and the place that she had decided to live in, and the ecology and environment that she immersed herself in and learned a great deal about on the course of the book. And it made me immediately search for other works of hers, and the other book I could find of hers was The Secret Life of Dust, which is also a topic that I find fascinating, and I have a penchant for very tightly focused books that have a narrow scope. I don't know why. I really love when people get very deeply into something which can be considered a very narrow topic. And there's a big difference between this, which is her first book, and Suburban Safari. Somewhere between here and there, she really ramped up her game. Because while this is an interesting book, particularly for someone that has an interest in science, it is bone dry. None of the beautiful language, none of the lyrical quality that exists in Suburban Safari exists in this book. Now, I still enjoyed myself. I still thought it was a good book. I still will recommend it to people who are into science and have an interest in understanding what dust is. Cosmic dust, the dust on your countertop, the dust that's in our atmosphere. Interesting fact that every single raindrop is built around a dust particle. And if there were no dust in our environment, in our atmosphere, I mean, it was zero for some way we could extract all the dust, then raindrops would not be able to form. And then the only way moisture would be able to precipitate from the atmosphere onto the ground would be purely through condensation because of humidity. And for that to happen, the humidity level would have to be around 300%. Now, I don't know if all of you folks are from environments where you get high humidity levels, and I can't imagine what it's like to live in the South in America. I just can't. I am baffled how people can live down there. But that gets to 100% sometimes, and that's unbearable. I can't imagine what it must be like at 300%. I would probably just gasp and die. I mean, at the moment, it's 56% where I'm right here, and it's comfortable because it's fairly cool. You ramp that up another 20 degrees, and it would be very uncomfortable for me. I don't like humidity. I don't much like a warm weather either. But if you like science, and you want to see how a single topic can thread its way through physics and the environmental studies and biology and health, for example, the dusts that we encounter because of pollution are deadly to us. And the fact that so many people are willing to inhale them in the form of tobacco and all the chemicals included therein is also baffling. But yes, it's very dangerous, folks. And if you work in an environment that produces dust and you smoke, you're just asking for cancer. Just flat out, you are. In fact, some of the dust particles from like stone, people that work with stone, carving it, and if you were, a stone carver and things like that, the dust is so dangerous that the people that cleaned the uniforms and clothing of the people that worked with the stone had an increased chance of lung disease. Just the people that cleaned the clothes. They never stepped into a quarry or into a stone shop where people were carving, frescoes and things like that. And yet, just breathing the dust from shaking the stuff off so they could clean it was deadly to them. Dust is dangerous, man. And this book will definitely convey that to you. And even though this is a signed copy, I'm not going to keep this book. It was good, but somebody else can get something out of it. I enjoyed it, but it didn't move me the way Suburban Safari is. I am not going to pass this book on to anyone I know, whereas I want everyone I know to read Suburban Safari. I'm going to pass that around to the social circle I'm in because it's that good. So I'm glad that Miss Holmes' writing style improved, and I look forward to future books that she may write, because she will take that, what she had learned between this book and Suburban Safari, and she can carry it forward. But I found this book to be a little on the dry side. But it was still informative, and I will not dissuade people from reading it. And if you like science, I will recommend it. But I'm not going to say it's up to the same level as her previous book.